Punisher. Welcome, Punisher, to the Deep Mind series with your main man, Rico Roxx, your local detective of the Deep Mind series. You know what I'm saying? I was to the Punisher one time for the one time. Good night, Tiny.
Where you going, good?
No, I figured that you were. I'm gonna still do some dishes and shit or whatever. Clean a couple shoes. Talk to my main man Punisher here. Hello, folks. The next person we have on is a man who is a man of many hats. Right now he's being very selfless in his life and dedicating a lot of his time to his family, but he is a mastermind in the realm of fantasy, sci-fi, comic. So let's welcome the great and powerful Punisher.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. What's up?
I'm not much. I gotta get my coffee for you soon because I'm making coffee water, so I drink it some coffee. So I do apologize if I
How dare you?
leave. I'm not gonna leave the chat. I'm not gonna leave
You're
the
just
mic.
gonna go.
I'm
You're
just
just
gonna
be
probably
quiet.
mute myself. Well, I'm just gonna probably mute myself for a little bit.
Well, I hope you don't mind a
come
little
back
tunes then, because no one else is here to talk to. So I'm gonna just probably play some ambiance because I'm sitting here smoking marijuana.
Yeah.
It's like coffee for stoners. So thank you for coming, by the way. It's so nice to finally see someone into the room. I've already been going for 20 minutes, and you're the first person to come in. And I was not expecting anyone to come in.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I've been through hell.
I'm making you admin right now.
Yeah.
There it is.
Thanks.
Yes,
I mean, I've been through hell. Not just personally me, but my family. You know.
Do you want to talk about it over coffee, or do you want to start spilling the guts right now?
I can still spill the guts. It's still being made.
Okay, so go ahead.
After I kind of lost my uncle, I was going to mention that Pod God. And next thing I know...
Pod God.
You might have heard of him, right?
Oh, I heard of him from you.
Uh-oh. Yeah. I kind of figured.
But so, yes, he's becoming a very mystic being. Oh, no, he's dead now. He drowned.
He drowned, yes, as far as I heard from what the father said.
So there's no proof?
At the time.
You just are going off hearsay at this point? So there's a chance he's still alive?
I don't think so. I don't believe it. I mean, you gotta believe the parents' words, you know?
Oh, I mean, I guess so. But do they sound pretty conclusive?
The father seemed pretty conclusive. He's simply upset about it, you know?
I mean, it's hard to... Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had some kind of arrangements. Well, water's one of those things, man. I got saved out of on a somewhat lighter note, I did get saved out of a wave pool in a water park once, so I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Of being drowned almost. I almost drowned a couple times in my life.
Sucks.
When I was little, not in a long time. I haven't drowned as an adult.
No, great.
So, about your family, though?
My family were in complete disarray because my mom was driving a lot of her family away because of her boyfriend.
Was she dating black dudes?
No, she dated a Mexican, and then she dated, I figured we didn't do that.
Yes, the damn Mexicans.
But then he dated a guy named Billy Boley. And then all of a sudden they turn around on me. And then my mom had me arrested after I was Baker acted.
So tell me about that, the night that you got arrested. Where did all this confrontation begin?
They didn't tell me my charges. They didn't really tell me my charges after I got Baker acted for 3 days. They just arrested me and just put me in
So
the
you were just sitting there, and they
asylum.
came in and said, "You're coming with us."
Yeah. They just told me to put my hands behind my back.
So then now you don't
They
like.
just told me to put.
Now you and your mom are still at odds.
We're getting along, but we're not talking as much. So yeah, we're still at odds.
How long has it been?
Since I've been arrested?
Yeah.
About 2 years.
It's
dragged on for 2.
It's on a personal note.
Yeah.
I went a 2-year period where I didn't talk to my mother one time for 2 years in my life, and I'm 30 years old, so that means 2 out of my 30 years I didn't have a mom, and it was a weird 2 years, but it was 2 years, so it was a trip. I was prepared to never talk to her again, and I was like, okay, but then after 2 years we reunited. But I understand the concept of rough. But see, the difference is, you said your mother had asshole boyfriends. My mother was the asshole.
Well, yeah, the boyfriend was the asshole, though, but it was the charges on him.
I was the asshole for the reason we didn't talk for 2 years, but my mother was an asshole when I was a kid. So that's why I'm probably an asshole now, kind of, a little bit. But I did an asshole thing, and I couldn't look at her in the face for 2 years. I was just so, what I did was so unsunlike and just so disrespectful and so egregious that I was just going to avoid her for a long time. And then if she would have passed or something would happen to me, it would have been, but me and my sister, my mom moved to the state that I lived in unexpectedly, and I was on my way to my sister's house, and my mother was there, and I was like, damn, I'm about to talk to my mom for the first time in 2 years. And it was all love.
Ah, damn. That sucks.
Yeah. I'll tell you what we did next time. What I did next time, I want to leave a little mystery. So I didn't talk to my mom at all for 2 years, not even one sentence. How conversational on a frequency.
The judge gave me something like it was taken out of candy. I wasn't supposed to give contact with my mom for 2 years.
So that's a shame that you had to deal with courts. Of that,
yeah, it was after I got arrested.
Where does it go wrong? There's just people screaming? How does the cops get involved? Just loud, obnoxious behavior?
It's something like that.
Because,
the first judge I went in front of when I got arrested,
that's a shame,
saying I was allowed to have contact with my mom.
Well, yeah, I didn't know all that.
And not the boyfriend.
See, I've never.
Then my mom reversed it.
See, I come from a place where we don't call cops.
Yeah, then my mom reversed it, saying she doesn't want to have any contact to be with me or the boyfriend.
Dang, and the boyfriend? So that kind of made you look good because you're not the one that's getting all the heat. So now your mom looks crazy because she thinks everyone's against her.
My uncle said it was all bullshit because he was still putting charges on me that I didn't do.
Yeah, and if it would have been like, so she's just blaming everybody. She's blaming Bill Cosby and Tiger Woods.
Yeah, the criminal judge gave me anger management or I decided to go request.
So what were you kind of just punching holes to the wall? I know I'm asking you very personal questions. I just hate the probe, but I mean, I love the probe, but it's, man, I can't picture you being an angry guy. You sound like such an angel on the mic. Punisher, though, your name is, maybe I'm just...
Well, I decided to go back to therapy, and I decided to do anger management courses, which they requested I do.
You recommend it or no? For a person with anger?
No, I didn't recommend it.
Okay.
The judge recommended I take anger management.
No, do you recommend it as a person who went through it? Now, looking back, do you recommend anger management is something worth its time, or is it bullcrap?
I decided to request to go back to therapy from the civil judge. He requested that I would go back. He agreed. But my mom wanted to lock me up.
Interesting. So, but does it matter what she wants, or is it like, or did you just get slapped with therapy?
It was a slap in the wrist for me because
your first offense?
It was my first offense, battery.
Yeah, first offense, they always is the best one. The first offense is a beat because the judge does not know you. So the judge if the judge sees you again, then it's like, why are you back in my courtroom?
Yeah, but when the civil judge, my uncle stood up before he passed away, he was there to support me.
In what way? Testimony?
No, he was going to support me in the courtroom.
Just sit there?
But he he just sat there. Then all of a sudden he goes up and goes like, "This is bullshit."
Uh-oh.
And the judge was like, he was nice. He goes like, "You could stay if you want."
Oh, he was just emotional.
Yeah, he was just emotional because my mom brought charges up that
And
I
so,
didn't know.
what say it of? Did your mother end up facing any charges? I'm curious.
No, it was just on me.
And obviously, you're not going to sit there and add to the debauchery by adding more time. You're trying to get out of the limelight, I'm sure. And she was seemingly wanting you just in trouble. What about? Like, why all this animosity towards you? Like, what did you go wrong? Were you just a little shit your whole life? And I'm saying not from my perspective, but just as she always despised you.
She went off on me because she had like an injury or something. She started bugging the crap on me. I never got arrested for about 2 days straight. And then all of a sudden I got into a big fight with boyfriend.
What kind of fight?
Him.
About what? Like, was it something little, or was it about, like, was he beating your mom?
No, he wasn't beating my mom. I was going to beat his ass. And
then all of a sudden
I actually hit my mom. And
are you bigger than him?
He's bigger than me.
So what made you think you could just go beat his ass just because you were just full of piss and vinegar?
Yeah, I was just pissed.
You said, "I am the Punisher."
I didn't say that. You know, it was just...
You were acting like it.
Oh, yeah, I was. At the time. I was aiming for him, but I accidentally hit my mom in the process.
Wow. Punisher. You punished her.
I accidentally hit her, you know. It was like... I didn't mean to.
It's okay, we forgive you. Well, thank you for sharing. I think that we're painting a nice little origin story here for Punisher. So... let me ask you this, because maybe I could aim you better with this one. So, how long have you found comfort in violence in connection to aggression and some kind of correlation there in your life?
Ever since they told me to take anger management courses for about almost a couple of weeks or months.
Does it take hold of you as a child, this urge to punch somebody?
No, I was a sweet child.
Really? That's interesting.
She pushed me to an edge where she kept bugging the crap out of me.
How surprising was it that you're this newfound rage?
It shocked the hell out of me, really.
So how are you dealing with it?
Ever since I took the anger management courses, I've been doing better. I mean, literally.
So, I don't know. I deal with a bit of rage, but I'm not a very...
I'm still talking to my therapist. I'm still talking to my therapist because I still want to do therapy.
Is it a boy or girl?
Female.
Ooh. How's she? She smart?
She's smart. She's young.
She's smart? See, my fear of therapy is I would be smarter than the therapist, and then I would just turn it into a game. That would be my thing. So it's like, because there's nothing worse than someone who's just dumb.
Well, they're not really dumb.
That role.
Females are not dumb. It's mostly
no. I mean, that's speculative, or that's all scenario based. There's dumb women, there's dumb men. Right? Yeah. So I would never. I think every individual has their own chance to shine.
It was like about a week ago, or or somewhere, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They told my aunt,
your aunt.
Yeah, she was thinking about suicidal.
She was thinking it was in what way? She was verbalizing it?
Yeah, verbalizing it to her therapist. And like, when she was acting out,
that's so messed up. What? See, that's the
cops found her.
Oh, no.
And they decided to almost Baker act her.
What does that mean?
And Baker act when you're being held.
Oh, you're like, they put you in like 5150 or something like that?
Yeah, it's a 3-day period for Baker act down here.
I'll tell you one thing. Let me just interject and interrupt you here. In my 30 years, I have never had one therapy session. In my adult life, I've never been to a therapist. I've not been ever in a psychiatric kind of questioning. I've somehow, in my madness, in my freeness, have evaded any assessment from any official, which is interesting to me. Because so many people go through it in many different various stages of life, they'll have a talk with somebody. And I've avoided it so crazily that I've never talked to anybody. Except for you guys.
I take psych meds
So that's a
for
trip. You're
my
like the polar opposite of me, but in a weird way. Like I'm very interested in what it would be like because I wonder what if I would have or what if I do, but I'm so against it in my own way because don't broke what ain't broke, basically, in a sense. It's just like, well, I feel like once you get down that path, it's almost like a roller coaster, just as in the roller coaster of not going. And,
yeah, I know.
And I'm a purist, and so how's that though? Tell me a little bit about that. Like I have no idea what it's like. I've been to AA meetings. That's the closest thing to therapy.
Well, the anger management class was more like AA almost. I had like other people join me in.
I hated it.
Yeah, but it was like a whole room. It was on Zoom, and Zoom is a website.
Right, I know
you can
Zoom.
Join other people.
Yeah, Zoom.
I had the Zoom meeting. The Zoom meeting.
A Zoom?
But Zoom.
Oh. Okay,
Sorry about the echo.
No, it's okay. No, I'm just trying to get used to your accent. So, what happened to your aunt, your dear Aunt Sally? Did they keep her for 3 days?
My Rose?
Yes, Rose.
No, they kept her. They kept her for almost a day.
And
then the cops come towards me.
Up?
Yeah, she saved up for about a couple hours. They kept her.
I have a question for you.
Cops came. Yeah.
Is your aunt smart?
Oh yeah, she's smart.
That's interesting. Smart people add interesting variables to life.
But she keeps hearing voices on her head, like the voices are telling her to do something.
So how is it? But she still has more sense than not, in your opinion?
Yeah, she doesn't really.
She's enough to get out in under 3 days. That's impressive.
Yeah, but the cops came and told me did she have any suicidal thoughts or anything else? I'm like,
do they know you guys? Is it cops you met before, or is it just random?
It was random cops. It was different.
Were they detectives?
No, they're regular cops.
That's a weird thing to bring a regular cop in. Hey man, your aunt's going crazy. It's like, don't you think you should bring a detective or something? Like you're a guy who pulled over for traffic tickets. Why are you talking to me about my aunt's psychology right now?
Well, when they tracked me, I was released on RRR. They gave me RRR,
which is restricted and something.
RRR means on your own reconnaissance.
Oh, reconnaissance, which is like
probation? After I spend days in three days in jail.
Okay, this is a term for psych ward type of thing.
Yeah, they gave me 3 days in jail.
Man, how did I avoid it? I've never been there, so it's like these terms I'm not familiar with, but I'm starting to get it. Absolutely, man. I could have been, man. Let me tell you, I've combed the very bristles of the beast.
But when I got released from jail, I'm like standing here on the front gate where they released me.
Were you in normal clothes?
Yeah, I was in my normal clothes.
Okay. Was it the outfit that you got arrested in?
Yeah.
How did that feel? Was it like a good outfit, or were you like, what was I thinking? Like, how did you feel about that?
No, I was happy to have my regular clothes back on me.
What kind of clothes was it, if you don't mind me asking? Just real quick, like denim.
T-shirt and shorts.
Nice.
And my regular suits.
I got arrested before, and I was in jail for 7 days. And that outfit that I got arrested in was ridiculous.
Yeah, but now we're dealing with both her sons being in jail because William's on the streets, but now he's in jail. So
William is your cousin?
My cousin, yeah, and Jimmy's also my cousin, but now he's in jail.
So everyone's in jail but you?
But me and my aunt, yeah.
And your mom? And what's up with your mom?
My mom, I'm not sure.
So she's just a wild card, just in the shadows right now?
Yeah, right now we're not on
Do you think she's even in the same state as you?
I think so, maybe.
I don't know. I'm just kind of an image of her in my mind here, what kind of woman she is and what kind of role she plays.
My mom, Georgia?
Yeah, because I didn't know if she was in the conversation or if she was in the daily. You guys talk to her daily. No, she's just kind of not in the picture, basically.
Not in the picture right now because the family is divided now because of my aunt.
And your aunt. And what do you think about your aunt? Are you tired of dealing with her? Or?
No, we get along.
Okay,
we always get along.
No, that's beautiful, man. Oh man, the story. Okay, heck yeah. Let's give a pause, folks. Let's give a shout out to the aunt and nephew relationship.
I'll let her know when she wakes up.
I had a aunt and me and her had really on and off relationships. Right now, we have bad terms, but we had really good times in my life. So I have had good aunt moments with my one good aunt. But let me tell you this, just thank you real quick before we carry on. I just want to say thank you for joining me for this beautiful conversation. This is Beautiful Origin Stories of the Punisher, or just Punisher rather, on Podbean. This is your main man, Rico Roxx, Roxx. Just want to say thank you. And so I'm glad that you and your aunt are getting along.
Oh, yeah.
You feel sad
aunt
that she's going nuts or what?
No, I mean, she's getting better. She's taking medication for it.
You think she's getting better?
You know? Yeah, I think she's getting better. Yeah.
Man, that's a thing. I always wondered about that. Like, if once your mind goes, is it gone forever? Like, is it one of those things where you could go schizophrenic for a couple years and then come back to intelligence? I've always been so afraid to lose my intelligence because it's uncharted territory basically. Like, I'm afraid to let myself go into the fray of just insanity completely, because it's like, what if I never come back?
Yeah. So after my uncle was appeared at court, he got bedridden for his
all right, now we're talking about your uncle. So what time frame is this you're talking about? Cause you're just talking about this. Like, where's your uncle? How long ago?
I got two uncles. I got three actually on my mom's side, but one's not.
Okay, well, that's fine. What uncle are you talking about? One of the three. So how long ago is this that you're thinking about, this story that you imaged in your head?
I would say about a couple months before I did anger management classes.
So anger management was this thing where it was a big catalyst because that was
we had to make sure. We had to find when anger management class.
That was your sentence, right? That was what you were sentenced to by the judge. That was your sentence. Was
but so we had to find one that.
So how long ago was that?
We had to find one about a couple months ago.
Okay, so a couple months ago. What about your uncle?
My uncle died before we were able to get the anger management classes rolling.
But after the arrest, so in between the arrest and the anger management?
Well, no, after it was in between my arrest and between the anger management. We had to find a anger management therapist.
So how long were you sitting in limbo before? Did you sit in any jail time?
3 days in jail. And they released me on RRR.
Tell me about that experience. How was your booking?
Wasn't too bad, really. The guards were nice. The cop was
nice. Were you drunk or were you high? I mean, we had never talked about that.
No, I was sober.
Oh, except for psych meds, right?
Yeah.
Because, see, that's one thing I have not...
I got arrested in the hospital when I was Baker after that.
So what do you say on psych meds real quick? I just want to interject before we get back to your jail time here. But because a man who since I've never talked to somebody, I've never been able to get a prescription. So I self-medicate in a sense. But I heard a lot of crazy things about psych meds, man.
I'm taking 3. I'm taking lithium. I'm taking Flexidome or something like that.
Is one of them to just solve a side effect of another one? Is that how that goes?
Yeah, the lithium is part of that, yeah.
Is it something like a nausea thing, or?
It helps me with the voices in my head, yeah.
Man, I'm very interested in this. Because I've been watching this concept for a long time, because I have a very nice trust in the voice in my head. And I have different voices, but they're all mine in a sense. So it's like when people talk about voices, I get really curious. It's interesting.
Yeah, and I'm also on, I don't take them as much, but I'm also on blood thinners.
Why is that? You have thick blood? You a thick bloodder?
No, they realized I had a blood clot in my system.
Uh-oh. So what do you think that's from?
I don't know. I never realized it.
I'm trying to think, because, man, blood clots are serious, man. I think. I'm not really sure.
I know. They realized there was like a busted vein on my leg, it was about to explode.
Dude, I have such a queasy stomach, it sucks.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault, but it's just because for me being such a mental badass, it's when it comes to actual gore, for some reason, my gut, not even my mind, but my gut gets uneasy. It's weird. Like, as soon as you mention vein pop, my mind, I just was like, yeah, I hate that.
It shocked the hell out of me when I saw it on the monitor when they gave me the ultrasound. And I'm like,
so gross.
Why would I have that? Why would I have that problem?
Exactly. So so when you got arrested, it wasn't like a violent thing. You weren't on an episode of Cops, drunk.
No, I
So they
wasn't on an
arrested you.
episode of Cops.
Man,
They
when I
arrested
got a
me.
DUI before, and I got arrested blackout drunk, and it sucked.
All
That's
they
what.
got me for was battery and misdemeanor. That's all they gave me.
Battery. So
But
what about the battery? Did you lay hands on your stepdad?
it was, I was aiming for him at the time.
Oh, and you hit your mom. That's right. Damn.
By accident.
Did you clock her? You just straight clocked the shit out of her?
No, my arm went left to right, and then all of a sudden I accidentally
So
hit
you
her.
just threw a flurry, and she was trying to break you guys up.
Yeah, it was, you got
Okay,
it
that
on
makes.
nail.
I thought you just were like you just had horrible aim, just like.
It was my aim, but
Damn.
I was aiming for him at the time, but she got in the way.
Did he dive out the way very ninja-like?
No.
Just
He
like
dropped
dang, he
almost-
just kind of.
He dropped actually that. He dropped that. He had another heart attack.
Oh
And my
no! Are
words,
you telling me that he had a freaking heart attack as your mom was crying from the pain of you getting just punched in the face?
Yeah.
Damn! And what did you? Was that a peaceful, serene moment, or was it crazy?
No, I was like, I'm glad he's dead. I'm glad he's
Well,
dead.
you know
because
that
he was
there's no
being
other
a jerk
threat
to
in the
me.
room at that moment. You're basically the alpha in the room.
I know. I
He's
scared
having
my
a heart
mom to
attack. Your
have to
mom's
death.
on the ground with a bloody nose.
No, she didn't bled. Thank God.
Yes, thank God, thank heavens, thank you. But so then you got arrested, and so they got you for that. But they knew it was a misunderstanding, and violence happens. And your mom, was she being dramatic about it? Like, oh, he's a crazy guy, he's killing me.
Yeah, she was being dramatic about it.
Does she drink?
More or less. She drinks.
Ah, that's crazy. See, my mother and father both don't drink, so it gave me very I don't have to deal with that excuse. Like they can never just say, oh, I drink. I drink for sure, but. They're just, any drama that it was, they're just straight dramatic people versus, I feel like alcohol can just make people even a little more dramatic. So it's like, oh, I feel for you. I'm glad I didn't have to deal with the mother who drank or father, basically. But
Yeah, my uncle is also a drinker, the one that died.
What about
he was
you?
a drinker. Me? No. It tastes like acid in my stomach.
I drink like a fish.
Every time. The only time I had a drink actually was a shot of Fireball for my birthday.
Oh, Fireball is so good. It's a
No
good whiskey.
thanks to our neighbor, George.
What'd you think about it? You like it? Did you get all turned up?
It was too strong. I mean, it was strong. I looked
Man,
at
yeah, that's light. That's light as you can get. That's as smooth as you could basically get because it's.
Lucky I had a drink of water to wash it
Yeah,
down.
water's fine. See, to an alcohol drinker, what is the name of it you just said? Fireball. Fireball is actually one of the ones that drinkers consider, generally speaking, one of those
and
you
that's
don't
why our neighbor
straight.
drinks. His name's George, and he drinks a lot of Fireball. So
Who, your uncle who died in between the whole arresting?
yeah, my uncle drank Fireball. He drank Fireball.
So what about your other two uncles that are still alive? What do they drink?
George and him are on speaking terms. My You okay?
No, no, that was not me. That was sorry, my background here. You said what? They're on drinking terms?
They're not on speaking terms.
No, but what kind of alcohol do they drink? I'm wondering because he said he drank only Fireball.
I don't know about my Uncle Georgie because I never met him.
That's interesting
But
that
Joe
a man who
drinks-
has a distinct brand, like I'm gonna drink my Fireball.
But my uncle drinks beer. My Uncle Joey drinks beer.
Oh, beer,
Georgie,
man,
I
that's
don't know.
another demon right there.
Yeah.
I drink liquor.
They both drink beer, but every now and then
I'm too self-conscious.
My uncle gets a shot of Fireball.
Oh yeah, man, I drink straight. For
Just the other
vodka
day,
and whiskey.
actually,
I like vodka and whiskey and tequila. I like all alcohols.
Just the other day, I was on somebody else's show on Podbean,
Mm-hmm.
and George overheard it, I think, where
So George is
says
just moseying around?
Yeah, he was doing the rant.
Oh, man.
And the guy goes like, I need a shot. And he goes like, shot?
He thought you were drinking?
No, George was. He said shot because he needed another drink.
Oh, not the guy.
So he overheard. Yeah, on the other line. He overheard it.
Oh, he was on the other line?
Yeah, and he overheard the conversation we had.
Oh, you and your uncle's conversation? The guy on Podbean heard it? That's awesome. I wish I would have heard it.
No. Our neighbor George. He overheard the conversation I had on Podbean.
Oh my goodness! And so
Because he was drinking shots. And all of a
the
sudden
guy
he
on
joined
Podbean
me.
was drinking shots.
Yeah, and he
Who
wanted
was
another
it?
shot. Oh, I can't remember his name.
Damn, that'd be so funny to know who it was.
Maybe. But yeah, he was drinking shots, and then all of a sudden
Was he
said
turned up?
needed
Was he
another
drunk as hell?
shot. He was getting the buzz.
Man, there's been a couple times where I was just going nuts on Podbean. Like, I was just in public just yelling at people. Not in a violent way, but just ranting at people very aggressively.
There's no damn law about it.
I was like, you are the scum of the earth. Just screaming at the pedestrian.
But he overheard that over my earphones. And I'm like, how in the hell did you overheard?
That's, yeah, man. No, man. Maybe he's, see, I always think maybe he has good ears, but then he fakes having bad ears. You ever think about that?
Yeah, I thought about that.
That's I think a lot of people do like that kind of stuff. A lot of people say that they have an injury or they faint an injury. I'm very paranoid of that. I think a lot of people do that. A lot. Most people, generally speaking.
Yeah.
Like,
but the
I
weird
definitely.
Thing about George, though.
I don't really do that too much, though.
Right, I figured that.
Because for some reason,
the weird thing about,
I don't know. I feel like it's more trouble than it's worth. But I do.
The weird thing about our neighbor. The weird thing about our neighbor, he drinks coffee mixed with Fireball.
Yeah, that's.
He stays drunk.
I never liked that. I never liked the coffee mix. It was two different parties for me. It's like coffee was one party and alcohol is a different party. But I've done it, but it's
Yeah, I know, but
it's interesting.
It's like he stays drunk.
The only warm alcohol I liked really was, I don't know if you ever heard of sake. It's Japanese rice wine.
Sake? Japanese.
Rice wine. Now that is pretty awesome. I like wine in general. I'm a bit of a novice wine guy. I like wines. It's a good conversation topic for wine people.
What about Chinese tea?
Chinese wine?
Yeah, Chinese tea.
Chinese tea wine? That's different than sake or what?
It's different than sake, yeah, but they drink the actual just tea. I think it's
with
just
alcohol,
called
like tea plus.
I don't know how they make it.
TT. Capital T.
All I know is Japanese stuff.
Yeah, no, man. Alcohol is interesting. I love. That's one of those. It's interesting thing that you don't drink and that you come from a family of drinkers, and I am the polar opposite of you, where I come from nobody who drinks, and I.
Well, me and my aunt don't drink.
I fucking love drinking, and I handle it so well. Like, I'm not even a pit. I drink too well in a sense.
So I'm a shot now,
man. I'm high functioning, man. I could keep a nice. I could drink probably a good pint or two a day, just continuously taking a shot every couple hours, like kill a pint or two, and just on a daily, no problem, without any hangover, without any indigestion.
A pint. That's an Irish.
A pint is the size. Is that one Irish drink?
Oh, what's an Irish?
Give me a point, bruv. You can point at the old.
Pint or Scottish? I can't remember.
Scotland isn't Scottish. Scotland is Scottish, and Ireland two different places, or is that just a province in Ireland?
It's a province in Scotland because if you've seen the movie Braveheart, yeah,
there's this little chick on Podbean. I'm not gonna mention names, but she's from one of the places. She's from Ireland, I believe. She has a little accent. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever see
the movie The Braveheart? Heck yeah, man. Mel Gibson.
Remember when he said top of the morning to you when he was looking at the iris and long sentences?
Yes.
Like, iris. Like they're making friends all of a sudden when they're not fighting, you know?
And the bad one, I mean that in a good way. He's a bad mamma jamma. So let's finish this jail story. I like to close loops. So we started talking about, or if you recall, we were talking about you got arrested. So talk about the 3 days. Was that your first 3 days in captivity? And what was that like?
Yeah.
Did you feel like it was a long 3 days, or was it okay?
It was a long 3 days actually for me. I kept pacing back and forth. I couldn't sleep. They never gave me.
No,
yeah, it was just they never gave me a blanket. They never gave me a pillow. Just a mattress. That's all they gave me.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I was letting the public.
Because when they bankruptcy
3
you, they
days to
don't give
sit
you
with
the
yourself.
pillow, they don't give you the blanket.
And did you have any contact with the outside world in those 3 days?
I was thinking, no. Since I'm in the bankruptcy system, you're not supposed to have any contact after you get arrested. Food wasn't too bad. I couldn't finish the damn cornbread.
That's what they call it in Wisconsin. So.
Yeah. But it was like a big piece of cornbread. Like, it was like, no. They didn't give me any real material or nothing.
Just sit there, just singing. Did you sing? Not out loud?
In my head.
Interesting.
No. I was thinking
Did you talk out loud at all?
Get the hell out of here. You know.
Oh, man.
No,
I feel like I would have been ranting up a storm. I feel like I would have been talking to myself like I'm
No, I was like, I was like the Rock on faster.
I talk to myself. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I talk to myself all the time in inner dialogue, and I don't say peep, but then I also treat myself with outward dialogue times as well. They're fun. Right. It's fun to just sometimes have a good banter out loud. If you remember the movie Bruce Almighty, and he's like, "Smite me, Almighty Smiter," and he's out there just going nuts.
Oh yeah, when Morgan Freeman. Yeah, but when Morgan Freeman mentions it again, he goes like, "I like this one, smite me, old smitey smiter."
Oh. I remember that. And then he's like, oh, when he was recalling it, like, oh, I remember when you said this. Yes, Morgan Freeman, man. That guy is getting more freckles by the day.
I like Morgan Freeman. He's getting old.
Morgan Freeman, that's a beautiful last name, Freeman. That's probably one of the first ways to bring it to slavery, but actually I don't really hate it too, but I think he's probably...
The only movie I think I've seen him in so many weird one I've seen him in was called Seven.
I think I actually own that. I think I own that. I have not seen it though.
And I can't remember the other actor. What was the other actor though that played as the criminal? I can't remember his damn name. But he also did a game on Call of Duty. What was his name?
Adam West? Was it Marilyn Manson?
No, I doubt that. He's a skinny guy, almost bald, orange hair.
Homer Simpson.
No, I don't think so.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm smoking marijuana.
I can't remember his damn name.
Well, take your time on that. So thanks. So I'm glad you went through it. Let me tell you, as you think of the name of the guy who's skinny bald guy who's in a movie with whatever we were just talking about, I want to mention my jail story. My jail story is...
I'm going to check it out.
All right, you go look it up real quick while I tell this quick little summary. So there I was. I've never been in jail. I was 23, I believe, and I was a free bird, and they threw me in there for 7 days. Boom. Right away, I was out of my element. I was like, dang. I realized how little room there is in there.
Okay, I can still.
Okay, you remember?
The movie 7.
Yeah, did you look it up? Do you have the answer for the actor?
I'm looking it up on...
Okay, so let me just say that I handled it right. I was supposed to sit 20 days, and I actually got bailed out after 7, and I was doing a lot of laps, just walking around the corridor, just walking around the perimeter within the structure. I was doing a lot of laps because I wanted to keep my strength up. I'm very dominant, I'm very competitive. Right. So I didn't want to, and then like one person talked to me like a kid, and I definitely did. I shut it down pretty good. I was like, hell no, like I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Like don't even address me.
I know.
I just was like, don't even address me. I'm not like.
All right, it's a 1995 film. Let me see here. Morgan Freeman. Kevin Spooner or something played John Doe.
So Kevin Spooner, was it?
Spacery.
Spanny? Spanky?
Yeah, Spencer, yeah.
Okay. I would have never guessed that one.
Yeah.
That one slipped me.
Yeah, I know. I figured that.
Columbo. No, but what movie
Columbo.
that we mentioned at first? We were talking about some movie. What brought up the movie? What was the first movie we mentioned? You mentioned the Mel Gibson one.
Oh, that was
And then there was a movie we talked about right after that. What movie was it?
not Mad Max, but
Something close to that?
Mad Max was his first movie.
What was the movie we talked about in between the Mel Gibson one and the Spooner one? Or which one is the Spooner one? 7. Oh, it says 7. No, Bruce Almighty. Bruce Almighty.
7. That was Bruce Almighty.
I was okay because I was trying to think where, because we were talking about Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
So boom, we got it back. I just love getting it back. When I forget it, I make it a point to retrace that. I've built it up to a habit where it's 100%. I could pull back anytime I forget a place in conversation. I systematically retrace it just like that every single time without fail. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said for it. Cool. One day we forgot we were talking about. Me and a few buddies, and we just boom. What were we just talking about? And no one could remember, and they just moved on with their life. And I was like, wait a second, no. What the fuck were we just talking about? And I just did not let it go. I was like, I'm going to sit here to the end of time until I remember because it's bothering me. And then after a long time, and I'm sitting there as they're just talking and living life, I'm sitting there just pacing, sitting there on the floor, daydreaming, just trying to think of what the fuck were we talking about? And then finally,
Yep,
and then finally it hit. I logically figured it out. I was like, what could we have been talking about? I was like, the context was this and this. It was in a backpack. So it had to be small enough. I started thinking about what's small enough to fit in a backpack. Then I was like, oh, and then I would have to ask him about it. And then I traced it back and boom, it hit me. It was an earring. And then ever since that day, started my mastery of that process. So thank you for listening.
Oh, boy.
Because it's a recall process. It is an absolute. But yes, he says. No, just for the way that the retraces. I think the mindset theories. So the psych ward though, the three medications. What say you? Are you still on them? And do they work? Yeah.
Minus the blood thinners.
So tell me about that.
They work.
Why did you torture without it?
No, not really. It's just the only thing I can't stomach is I have to take them one at a time because I'll choke on all 3. That's okay.
Well, I mean, yes, it's your psyche.
It's your interview. Yeah, the only thing I can't stomach is the lithium because every time I try to hold it in my tongue, it evaporates.
So you're saying you've attempted to see if you were able to not take it just to see how it ran as an experiment? But you put it. Oh.
No, I took it. I'm just holding it. I'm just holding it on
my
tongue.
Just to help you wash it down.
And it dissolves.
Because I've done that. I've taken Adderall. That was the one time I did see a kind of therapist. I was in middle school. I went in because the school I was disruptive, and I went and got the ADD medication and such. And I remember just testing around with it, to see, if I were to try to not take it, would I be able to, just like the movies? Because everyone wants to know that they have that ability to sleight of hand a pill out their mouth. Because imagine if because they can sedate you. If they can make you swallow that pill every day in theory, if they have you locked away, they can you can never get out of that loop. So it would be a badass trait to be able to just act like you took it and not take it. So how did that go? Did you succeed in your double gulp there?
Well, no, I've been in control of my life. I have to figure out and take my meds. I gotta take them today.
I wonder what.
No ifs or buts about it. The only problem is the lithium I have right now is.
What do you take? What two medications are you on? If you don't mind me asking. But you said minus the blood.
Well, it's 3 total.
Thing. So yeah, I
blood thinners minus them, yeah.
So I slowed down. I've never heard these names. Albuterol. That sounds like an inhaler.
Albuterol, Flexidone. No, that's the inhaler.
Yeah, I've had that before.
I forgot that. Apazone or Apazone.
I'm talking about the actual the antidepressant. You said it was, or was it antipsychotic, or what was it?
Yeah, I'm looking at.
Are they anti-anxiety, or what are they classified as?
Flexidone. That's the 3 I take.
Antipsychotic or anti?
They're psych meds, yeah.
Is that what they're called? Okay, because there's different
There's
types. I listen to
segments.
some
That's all I
medical
know.
talk about it, and that's what they call them, antidepressants, anti this. That's the word. Not trying to say anti what you have. I'm saying that's the category. But yeah, so segments. I'm sure maybe it has something. Are they? Well, I mean, there's definitely a difference between depressed and because it's not Xanax. I had my buddy, a real good roommate of mine, who was really.
But the only problem is
every
now I
time
gotta get tested in the near future because if I go for blood work. No, if I go for blood work in the near future, my lithium levels, if they figure I'm not taking
I've never even considered that until right now that you said that. Once in my 30 years have I ever thought of my lithium level. What is that? We have lithium level? Dang. So
yeah, we have lithium levels. If they realize our lithium level's low
in
our blood,
that's such a trip.
It's gonna be a danger. So I need to start getting back on it. Coffee and lithium don't mix with me.
Some people are just lucky that they don't ever get versed in medical stuff, and then they just somehow live a decent life without. What if they were low in lithium the whole time, or what if they were this? Because some people don't have any idea that lithium exists. Do you think that a lot of people are unhealthy?
Lithium's potent; it can kill you.
Because I haven't been in the hospital.
I think so,
years,
but it can kill you too.
No idea what my levels are. I just have faith that I feel good. That's all I gauge it on.
Well, lucky you don't take the pills because of your lithium levels.
That's the thing. I just it's so interesting to a guy like me because I'm definitely curious of all my levels. Obviously, I'm a very curious, inquisitive fella, but I have to go against my desire to go get tested because I'm trying to stay out of the clutches of that reach of society. Well, just the whole being tested.
It's a medical drug. All you have to do is let your doctor prescribe it.
People's ideas in your head and medical professionals and records and that, like, it's a slippery slope in my mind for some reason. Because right now they have zero on me. They have nothing on me. They literally don't have a squeak on me. But I am a psycho, like not a psycho. I was gonna say psychonaut, but I'm a high intellect. But by paper, I have no paper trace thus far. And that is kind of nice because it lets you fly under the radar a little bit. So that's what I hold on to. But I do mine under the radar.
You're right about that.
Knowing my levels, and I lose actually talking to somebody, and I lose possibly taking actual medication. Exactly. It's kind of interesting. Did we just become friends?
I think so. Let me see if I followed you. Yeah, we're followed.
No, it's a reference in Step Brothers, but
I think you're following me too, right? Correct.
Oh yeah, we're followed up though. We're Podbean partners.
Let's put it that way, yeah.
So round of applause to Punisher first. All right, so let's keep probing in here. We talked about the drug thing. We talked about let's get some closure. Let's change tempo here and let's get closure on Auntie. So right now things seem to be simmering down. You're gonna stay out of trouble. Watch your anger and how are things looking with the aunt? So you just gotta
we're getting along. We always get along.
She sleeps a lot?
Yeah. And
most you just leave her alone and talk to her voices sometimes?
Now and then, yeah.
I mean, I'm curious because I've been around schizophrenic people a lot, but it's not my aunt. It was just random people. I would listen to them talk for hours, bro. I would just analyze them as they talk.
Yes, she sleeps a lot. A lot of times I have to wake her ass up because she sleeps all night around.
Wake your ass up. That's so funny.
Yeah, but if it goes around 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll have to wake her up because a lot of times she doesn't wake up in the mornings.
Does she function on her own? You don't have to wash her?
Oh yeah, she functions on her own. I don't have to watch her. It's just
her timing. Well, that's good. Then yeah. I pictured you having to sit there and sponge bath this schizophrenic dementia having. See, I was in my mind. I was picturing a grim. So no, she's cool. She's quirky.
That's my aunt for you.
Yeah, that's the way I like to describe myself. Oh, he's not quirky. He's quirk. It's beautiful. I wish I knew the definition of quirk.
She's not that crazy though. I mean, she's a nice lady.
No. I think I hate to just be the poet about it, but I'm getting poetic all of a sudden. I think we're all fucking crazy, right?
Every now and then.
Some of us just have a really good cap on controlling it and hiding it from others, and some people have levels in between that, and some people have no control and they just are flamboyant.
Yeah, like Joker. Joker doesn't have any control over
you ever seen people
his
on
emotions.
Flocka? You ever seen people on the drug Flocka? The people, their bodies just contorting and they're just eating and humping tow trucks? Those people
I never seen a documentary on that.
You ever heard of Flocka?
No, I never seen a documentary on it.
You never heard of the drug Flocka? It's the drug, the bath salts, they were eating the zombie drug?
Oh, that one.
Yes, that drug. So now those people on the highlight reels of Flocka, those people have no cap on hiding their fucking madness.
It's worse than PCP. So.
You don't like ICP?
No, PCP, the drug.
I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, no, absolutely. So that's the level between, and look, but this is another thing. I wonder if you ever thought about this. Me as being a Mr. Controlling, neurotic guy I am, one of the things I always wondered to myself is if I do slip, because one day I slip, like it can happen to anybody, right? One day you're a mastermind and one day you're fucking schizophrenic. It's in the realm of possibility. Would I know? Would I recognize it? Do people who slip recognize that they've slipped? Or do they not realize that they're talking to a different dimension?
Now you're talking about something out of the Twilight Zone.
Well, no, because how would I know? Like, do I know that I'm sitting there talking to my imagination aloud and I'm really having this banter and I'm really seeing these things? Or do I not know? Because me thinking I would notice, but what do they notice? I always wondered this. Did you ever wonder that?
Right. Yeah, I realized that now and then.
So, because, man, like, I feel like I'll know if I'm having hallucinations, but you never know. How would you fucking know?
That's it.
Because, man, the people I believe in my first-hand experience of being feet away from the schizophrenic at level 10 of it, that they are seeing something. It's not just in their imagination. They are in a full-blown hallucination.
Right.
They're getting touched by things. They're interacting. They're smelling smells. And you're right there sitting there.
Right.
And I wonder, like, whoa. Like, dude, that's why I always get I'm a bit skittish in that sense. I love being around crazy, but the unpredictable nature of hallucinations, it always had me on edge when I was around it, because like, what if they see me as something crazy as hell?
Right, and you don't know what's going to happen.
Right, because but then I would sit there and risk it, and I would just be right up next to them, and just look at their eyes and watch the wonder as they played with this invisible world.
How am I going to do this?
Coffee time. Is your coffee ready?
Yeah, the water's done. Yeah.
Man, talk about coffee. This is the conversation before coffee, folks. This ain't nothing to me and Punisher. If anyone doesn't know who we are a couple of detective comic killers, baby.
Might be on my show when I go live.
Yes, we do live shows out here on Podbean, Rico Roxx. I am the host of Rico Roxx Social Suicide. Tonight is my show, my live broadcast, and Punisher joined me. So that's why he's up for coffee.
I'm getting it now.
And normally we are on his show, and we still talk about stuff this prolific.
Even if it's about DC, who knows?
Yeah, last time we talked about all kinds of prolific stuff. It was pretty personal, but this time it was very. I'm a man who loves the talk of minds, so I really do love the talk. That's why I was like so immersed in it. So I think about that stuff.
Question: you're not bothered by the TV, are you?
Kinda, I am. Yes.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it. I was zoning it out, but yeah, it's probably bad for.
I gotta get my coffee anyway. That's why I took my phone with me.
So are you gonna mute yourself? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, you want me to mute real quick?
No, I'd rather you mute the TV.
That's okay. I can mute myself real quick.
All right, then mute yourself. I'm gonna play a Rico Roxx song so that way I could carry it on, folks. Hello, folks. Punisher just muted. What a whirlwind of a talk that was. See, that's what you gotta love about Punisher. He's not afraid to just get into it. Nothing crazy. It's not over dramatic. It's just questions and answers, and take a dive into the mind. And that was quite a beautiful dive. He answered every question. I like it. So thank you, Punisher, once again for joining. Enjoy your coffee. I'm going to enjoy a little hit as well. So meanwhile, play a little Rico Roxx track, and I might end the episode after that, but we'll see where we're sitting. The song is going to be called Orgasmo Freestyle. It is a freestyle that is on my SoundCloud now. So enjoy that. Rico Roxx, bitch.
Baby, I'm gonna come show you that. I don't care if my heart beats, my life don't stop. Wait a second, why all these thoughts? I've heard many stories along the journey. Motherfuckers try to hurt me, but also they try to curse me. Motherfucker, I'm Rico Roxx, I'm black, son. God, baby, made it back twice. Made it back twice. Did that shit, and maybe I'm in round 3 right now, and I don't even know this, man. Can you even send me a life flow? No, you can't fucking save me, so save yourself. I'ma save one thing, and I'ma save your chick on my shelf. I'ma grab her when I need her, and I doubt I'll ever see her, but I'm Rico fucking Roxx. I'm a sinner, not a keeper reaper. I'm a fucking schemer, boy. I shout out that dreamer, boy. Shout out little peep. Without you, my day shit so deep. Man, God boy, click till my lungs collapse. God boy, click till my lungs collapse. You ain't gonna stop shit. How about that? You ain't gonna stop this motherfucking bat to your fucking mouth. I'm gonna curb you, stomp you out. American 10, American X, American rest. I just go. I'm the original Rico, baby. I'm a fucking float in the ocean. I don't know where I'm going. I just know I'm on my way there, and I'm crazy, but I'm not fucking dumb, and I haven't lost my son. I'm not weak is what I meant to say, but I said I'm not weak because I have to be in a dream state to say these things I say, like, yeah, Rico fucking Roxx, thank you fucking bitch, now kick rocks bitch, I know I'm so devilish, but I'm also an angel kid, yeah, Rico Roxx, that God boy,
click till my lungs collapse.
My lungs collapse, banging bitch fucking flow back. Rico Roxx having attack, fucking spit like an asthma attack, like I just barely fucking have room to fucking catch my breath. But I don't care cause I stay dead every night. She's cute, man. That's my fucking boo, my future wife, my future ex-wife. We had some kids maybe, but not me. I'm out this bitch just like Rico Roxx. I just keep the bars flowing. I just keep going like Wisconsin. Never close. We girls take your clothes. Never close. Never no. You never get no. Oh. I just get so high, I know I might die, but I'm just so fly. I tell my people I'm 30, but they say, damn, you fresh. I say, I've been doing drugs a decade, how about this? How you like them apples? How you like them apples? Apple pie with bros in it, with drugs in it, twisting up, sipping up, question us, never that, represent. I'm so incredible, I'm a phenomenologist. The phenomenology, it chases me, and now it never fucking fades. Save me, I said that already, but let's be clear that my mind is not fucking gold, please gold, I bleed gold, nigga, I bleed gold, nigga, dripping in gold, I break dance with the rock stars, shit, and I take all the clothes with the EDM kids, cause the girls beauty raving, popping and chewing shit, it's like Rico Roxx, I don't care who you with, cause they can go get it too, it's like, man, what you gonna do when shit comes at you and shit's not talk, shit's fucking fist, maybe a shoe up on your block, man, these guys are motionless, there's no fucking life in their eyes, they'll take your life, and they'll just act like.
Oh shit! I changed it. I was about to say. I said, "Ain't nothing to the street." All right, yeah, that song is just a whole freestyle. I just don't stop for like 5 minutes. And this is a world exclusive. Realize. World exclusive right now.
I'm not really as fucked up as you think I am. I'm not as fucked up as you think I am. I swear I am not. You are super way off. I am way on top of other shit I need to. And I don't really care if that's not the same thing you think. I think I know I fucking really go it. I just really go. 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 I thought I'd let you know. I thought I'd fucking let you know. I thought I'd fucking let you know. I thought I'd let you flow. I thought I'd let you flow with a young boy like me, but no. I choose to go my own road, you ain't know how to swim a show. You sink to the bottom of the ocean flow, the flow is so invisible, you cannot even see it, even if I crept up from behind you and I grabbed you and you skipped you, and boy, you would run you never ran so quickly. But too bad my feet don't hit the ground. That's why I shadow step all around. And boy, you think I'm fucking praying when I found these fucking bottles on the side. Some lady gave them to me for $1.25, and I'm not lying. I was about to go home and be a good Christian little boy, but instead I just stayed up for 18 years on the fucking mat. High binge, and everyone around me died, and their skins turned and peeled to orange. It's cool to us, it's cool to us. Why do I talk so much madness?
I also ask this.
I also ask this.
If you find an answer, pass it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Punisher is ready with his coffee. Thank you for listening to my 2 tracks there. That was a world premiere of Realize by Rico Roxx. It was a bit of a contemporary piece. Hope you liked it.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. He's like, okay. No, but yeah, so my music is where I go. People would say, when you mentioned your aunt was suicidal, it's so interesting to me because my music is freaking suicidal as heck, but no I have no repercussions from it. But some of my songs are questionable, but it's self-expression, just as, I don't know if you're familiar with, you might be familiar with Eminem, Slim Shady, where he was talking about killing people and doing this. It's the difference where it's like, oh, just because I said it on a song doesn't mean I'm thinking about doing it. Well, I'm one of those people who, in my music, is one of my very specific outlets where I push the envelope in a very dark way. But it's interesting because for some reason, my soul, I never say that, so that's a weird way to phrase it right there. But there's something in me wants to express that. I don't know if it's just because I figured it out or if it's because I truly like it, but my outlet is so far seeming to be some dark aesthetic. So it's interesting that some people, they talk about suicidal stuff and then they get locked up, and then some people can make really questionable music and no one ever bats an eye.
Too true. Very too true.
So you were probably not expecting that kind of music. What kind of, this is weird, this small talk question, what kind of music do you listen to?
Mostly rock. Why?
Rock. I want to make a rock song, actually. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so cool. To just, like, sing a rock song.
Yeah, mostly rock. A little bit of techno from Daft Punk, even if they broke up, but...
Daft Punk? I love Daft Punk.
You knew they broke up, did you?
Yeah. Man.
I heard it from Dr. Disrespect.
Daft Punk is a great place. Man, me and you, that's one place we can find some commonality because Daft Punk is tight.
Yeah, too bad they broke up. I heard
I
on
would
Dr.
love to.
Disrespect.
There's a bucket list. That'd be a dream. That'd be a dream gig. While they're still alive, if I could see a show of Daft Punk before they die,
They're
just
still
let them
alive.
get back together for a one-night show.
Yeah. I don't see
That'd
that
be so
happening.
cool.
I don't know what the
I
fallout
see it happening.
was.
I see it happening. I think the music is bonding beyond small human pettiness.
Yeah, I don't know what the fallout was, but it was crazy, I heard.
Are you familiar with the album Ram? Random Access Memory?
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
With that song Touch?
Touch?
Are you familiar?
Never heard of it. I don't think I've heard of it.
That's a song. That one gets me every time. He said, is this man, he's singing to his senses, and he's like, touch. You convince me that I'm real. Touch.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's, man, that's a... He's like, I need something more. Touch. I need something more. And do that shit that do. And that's a track, man. That whole album is pretty fast.
Yeah. The one thing I can't stand back in the day was AC/DC versus Aerosmith. Remember the video from Aerosmith?
You're breaking up.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Remember the video from Aerosmith when they had AC/DC, not AC/DC, but that rap group with them?
Was it Limp Bizkit?
No, it wasn't Limp Bizkit. I can't remember their name. But they were on one side.
Was it Red Hot Chili Peppers, maybe?
No, it was Aerosmith and one rap group. And I can't remember their name.
One rapper. I thought it was a rock group.
No, it wasn't a rock group. It was a rock group.
Hey, who could it have been?
It was Steven Tyler and his band and one rap group that was rapping the same song. Yeah, they were doing the same song.
So you said a one guy before. Now you're saying a group. Which one was it? Was it a single guy?
It was a video. It was a video. They were saying the same song.
All right. Well, try to think about it. I'm gonna look it up real quick. But don't let dead air happen. Talk for a second.
It was
So Aerosmith featuring a rapper, featuring somebody.
Yeah, I can't remember their name.
I'm typing it in now. So hello, folks. There's no dead air here on this show. So Aerosmith did a song here. I'm looking it up, folks. It's always annoying to sit here and look it up real time, but I cannot afford a Googler yet. So I am my own Googler. Featuring Run DMC?
Yeah, that was it. I got
ding. Aerosmith featuring Run DMC, Walk This Way. Not familiar.
I heard it was really dumb how they set it up.
Really? Yeah, that's funny as heck. It's hilarious. It's so much better that that's just funny. Because if you think about Run DMC and Aerosmith, that is such a obscure pairing.
And on the soft note, my mom met Steven Tyler.
Really? Was it a big meeting or was it just in passing by?
It was she won a contest when I was a baby. And she won some type of contest.
Did your mom do stuff with him, Tyler?
No, I don't think so. They just met each other. It was my mom, a friend of ours, and Steven Tyler.
Woo!
Somewhere.
Yo, mama, you gotta, man, it's okay. No, everyone's gotta live. No one's judging nobody around here.
And it's a huge honor, really.
Your mama doesn't have to explain herself. We get it. Just kidding. But yeah, that's funny, man. It's so funny.
It's a huge honor to me as a rock star, you know?
Hell no.
It's a huge honor.
No, definitely. Really. No. Steven Tyler is a hell of a guy. But I'll tell you this much. Do you remember it? Okay, I just said two. I didn't even finish one sentence. Well, I wish I was as familiar. I don't hold him as highly as because you think about it, for my older rockers, it was more, where you're putting Aerosmith, I put more Ozzy Osbourne.
It was around the same time as him, you know.
Yeah, see, that was my rockers.
According to Joe Rogan, when he interviewed him.
I like Kiss.
Oh, Kiss?
Yeah, Kiss is cool.
Oh, yeah, I like Kiss.
Yeah, so I definitely...
Gene Simmons.
So you listen to heavier stuff now, or more classic rock?
In between.
Do you listen to Volbeat?
Bobby?
Yes.
No, I don't.
I mean, I did not take to the voice of Volbeat, that guy.
I listened to Nickelback actually a little bit earlier.
Nickelback. Okay. Nickelback going against the grain with the Nickelback. All right.
I like Nickelback.
Just kidding.
They're very big. They're very big.
Yeah, no, Nickelback, man, I have no quarrels with them. They're definitely not heavy, but they're not the heaviest band, but their songs, I think a couple of their songs band for sure. They have some classics.
Yeah, there was one song called
Have they put out anything new?
No, as far as I know, since the pandemic, they haven't.
Oh, since the pandemic, well, that's even pretty new. I was thinking, I haven't thought of the Nickelback since.
The only ones that put out something was Five Finger Death Punch. That was it.
That's like, which one?
Five Finger Death Punch. That's the only people that brought out videos so far.
Oh, really? That's weird. You would think that there would be so many projects that would have came out because
let me find it real quick.
A backlog of productions.
Let me find it on YouTube real quick. I got it on my homepage. Give me a second.
All right, I'll give you a second, folks.
Five Finger Death Punch.
We're just talking about Steven Tyler and this and that.
Five Finger Death Punch, and it's sorry about that.
How dare you?
Darkness and silence in the.
Chris is in the building, folks.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Darkness and Silence.
Yes.
That's their newest one from Five Finger Death Punch. And it's been 5 months ago since they released it.
So did you ever go to a rock concert?
I went to a Never Bars concert, and I went to the Christmas concert.
Which ones did you go to?
Neville Brothers and a Christmas concert. That was the only two concerts.
You said Never Brothers?
Neville Brothers.
Oh, Neville Brothers. Where's that?
Yeah. Oh, they're a jazz group.
Where is that? What state? What city? If you don't mind.
Where they're from?
And where was the concert?
Oh, was there in Florida?
Oh, Florida. Just kidding. Florida. Oh man, I didn't remember. I'm pretty sure you told me that last time. That's cool. Florida's a cool state, man. Florida holding it down.
Oh, here's another one from Nickelback called "Feed the Machine." Whoops. Sorry about that.
Shout out to Florida. I just want to give a big shout out to Florida on the pod. Just a big Rico Roxx social shout out to the Floridians out there. You crazy son of bitches. Crazy
Sorry
Floridians.
about that. I actually pressed the video.
Love you though. That's where Flocka came from.
Sorry about the video. I actually pressed it.
How dare you?
Yeah, I pressed Five Nights at Freddy by accident.
Man, that's cool, but Red Hot Chili Peppers is cool. I definitely rock is cool. How heavy did you ever get?
I got close to Paul Mud.
Drop a name, see if I recognize anything. You're talking about some.
I got close to Paul Mud. Well, I got. How heavy I got?
Mud?
Metal.
Also, nothing too, not like some. What do you call that?
I listened to Five Finger Death Punch.
Dark metal, not dark metal. Black metal? That's Megadeth kind of stuff.
No, I don't.
What is Slayer? That's just heavy metal. That's heavy metal.
Five Finger Death Punch are more heavy metal.
Nah, see, you can't compare Five Finger Death Punch to Slayer, though.
Sure.
So that's two different kind of rocks. I think one is hard rock. I think Five Finger Death Punch would be more hard rock.
Yeah.
Because they're definitely not heavy metal. I mean, maybe they are.
They're between, I heard.
Well, are they? I don't know. I feel like heavy metal is more like thrasher style. Like,
Yeah, they do a little bit of both, I heard.
Well, that's cool. That's good. They're expanding that. Man, I've even heard bands that were very like screamo. I used to like a lot of screamo and punk. That's a screamo, like super screamo.
I couldn't deal with that, really. I couldn't deal with that.
Well, I was just like, yeah. We talk
I couldn't
music
deal
for
with
days,
that.
I've been a music connoisseur since I was a little kid, man. I love music. I love all kinds of music.
Anyway, sorry about the Five Nights at Freddy video I popped up by accident.
Well, don't you ever do that shit again. Do you understand me,
Hey, I actually pressed it. It just happened.
Motherfucker. Son of a bitch, you. Well, anyways, Punisher, thank you for joining me. Let's wrap this one up, and thank you for joining me tonight. I will
Anytime.
see you. Hopefully, may our paths cross again. Free your mind. Free your mind. Where can everyone find you, though, before I let you go?
It's on Podbean, and I start my show in about, give me a second here. Today's the 12th, right? I started in about a few minutes. So,
All
if
right,
you want
man. And send them hell, baby. Free your mind. Free your mind. Free your mind.
All right.